STEAMCT is a project about the integration of computational thinking within STEAM education. STEAM stands for Didactical Approach Based on Problem Solving. And the problems, they can be solved by applying skills and concepts out of science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics. The target of the project are teachers in elementary and lower secondary school across Europe. But why such a project? Why STEAMCT? Well, we know that our children, that they are digital natives nowadays. This used to be different in the past. But why now worrying about computational thinking? Our children are already familiar with digital tools. Of course this is true. But does this also mean that they are capable for using these new technologies in, for example, learning contexts or later in their professional life, which will be dominated by digital technologies? Well, when children watch a movie on their digital device or they use it to send messages to each other, this doesn't always mean that they are busy with computational thinking. But what is computational thinking in fact, and why is it so important? Computational thinking has become a buzzword in education, that's for sure. But often it is narrowed to programming computers, and in fact, it's more than that. If we dive into literature, computational thinking is seen as the mental skills and the practices that are needed for designing computations that gets computers to do complex jobs for us. In fact, it is an old, rich human practice that has been perfected in the modern age of the electronic computer. And nowadays, computers, they are everywhere, and computational thinking is needed for designing computations of all kinds in very different settings, such as here in healthcare. So there are clearly special thinking skills required to successfully design programs and machines in order to do things for us. These skills, so these computational thinking skills, it's a specific way of thinking, and it can be sharpened through practice. But this needs to happen in schools, starting from a young age. What is the aim of the project STEAMCT? The aim of the project is to strengthen teaching and learning computational thinking skills by integrating the learning of these skills within real-life STEAM contexts. On these pictures, you see children carrying out STEAMCT activity Music Maestro. And in this activity, children are challenged to create and program their own piece of music. Elements of science, technology, engineering and mathematics are needed, but also computational thinking skills. The integrated approach of STEAM will help to make computational thinking more concrete and connected to the real world, and therefore more understandable for the children. That is a really very, very important thing within this project. So, the focus in the STEAMCT project is on the process of problem solving. And in order to solve the problems, these computational thinking skills are needed. In the project, we want to support teachers to teach computational thinking with easily applicable and accessible materials and tools. And therefore, we developed a didactical model and a learning line, which is illustrated by 20 different projects for elementary and lower secondary school settings.
Who are the partners who are joining in this research? The partnership is a combination of universities on one hand and primary and secondary schools on the other hand, which means that the group will stimulate the cooperation of researchers and practitioners. By working together, we make sure that we learn from each other and spread all the results across all of Europe. The partners are based in Finland, Sweden, Lithuania, Italy, Belgium, Spain and Portugal.